Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Elveny. Today was the Wuthering Waves 2.3 anniversary update livestream, and honestly, a lot of people were disappointed by it. A lot of people felt that they needed to get more rewards, but let's dive deep into this. Let's talk about it, look at the summary of all the rewards, and what we can expect from Kuro Games. Honestly, my personal thoughts about this entire situation is this was their first anniversary and the rewards were shit. The live stream presentation was great, don't get me wrong, like all the CG stuff that they always do was phenomenal. Everything they did was great except the rewards. The rewards were pretty shit, but we will get into this once we scroll down a little bit. So let's start off with the first event, which is Gifts of the Grand Celebration, which will give us 10 premium pulls right off the bat just for logging in, and a avatar, or rather an icon that you can display. Nothing too special, nothing too crazy, it's only 10 pulls. Next off, you will get 5 premium pulls and 5 standard pulls on a 7-day login event, which is pretty standard by now, which happens every update. And another 7-day update, possibly with Chacona, which will be 300 asteroids. Maybe those will run simultaneously too. So this one will give us 300 asteroids, the new currency, which we will talk about later, some Echo EXP, some shell credits, and 100 tuners for 7 days logging in. Honestly, those rewards are fucking dog shit. I'll be honest, those rewards are shit. I don't know what they were thinking with this. 300 asteroids is not even 2 pulls, and 100 tuners, that is like tuning 2 echoes and praying to God that you get one decent echo, which, let's be honest, you will not. Unless you are super lucky like certain CCs. QB Derby warm-up. This event, as soon as it was on the screen, I shouted, screamed Mario Party, probably 100 fucking times. Because everything they showed, from the little cubes jumping on the circles, collecting different stuff and moving around with you clicking the dice, right? Everything reminds you of Mario Party whenever you look at it, or any kind of party game if you play that kind of stuff before. Honestly, them not announcing that is a huge L and a missed opportunity if they don't make anything close to it. Because from what I saw, this event is basically like something along the lines of the Loco, whatever the name event is, where you just go to the overworld, do a little side mission, and then you get 4 rolls, then you click 4 times on the spinny thing, and you get your rewards. I feel like this is gonna be the same thing, unless they decide to change certain things or use this format in the future for future events, which will be pretty good considering how much of a missed opportunity this will be not to use. We will be getting 10 premium pulls, a wing skin, which is completely new, a new thing added in the next update, which is gonna be great. We're gonna be having wings skins from now on, along with character and weapon skins, so that's cool. A Phantom Echo skin, which is basically the shiny form of an Echo that I like to call so, which is another missed opportunity, honestly, because ever since the game launch, I thought the shiny echoes would have a rare chance to spawn in the overworld, and then when you collect them and build up enough of a roster, you will be getting a reward from your data bank for filling that out too. However, that wasn't the case. The case is that those are set on certain locations in the overworld, and once you collect one, you basically have it. Others are from events, which if you miss them, well, you missed them. Tuners and Echo EXP, standard stuff. Considering we still have tuners, even though so many people are complaining all the time about them, is blowing my mind. Next off, we had title festivities, which basically means we are getting a Carlotta and Changli skin into the game. And holy fuck, do these skins look incredible. The Carlotta skin has her entire ass showing out there, meaning basically that the entire censorship thing that's been recently going on with Kuro Games meant absolutely nothing. And these skins are just ridiculously cool to me. And honestly, I hope they keep doing skins in the future as well. Maybe reduce the price a little bit for them. Other than that, pretty decent stuff. They also, with the skins, announced a voucher that we will be getting, which will be reducing the cost of the skin by additional 300 Lunites. Now, if you remember from the Jinshi skin, we get like a X% off of the skin if you buy it on the first week. So we will be getting that as well. And that stacks with this voucher. So you will be getting a pretty decent discount if you choose to buy either of those skins. Pretty sure the voucher works only on one skin. So keep that in mind when you purchase these. And yeah, moving on. Skins are dope. Gilded Night Market. Now this was a cool event that they introduced here, because it basically not only gives you 10 premium pulls and the new currency, it also gives you all the old echo skins and weapon skins that people might have missed out on. Basically, if you know, this was on the first Somme Noir event, a weapon and a weapon skin that you could have gotten, which was, I believe, basically the first skin introduced into the game. And this was from the fishing event, and all these other echoes are from various events in the game that you no longer can obtain. Bringing them back for this event and letting players reobtain these, the ones that don't have them, is a cool thing. Especially as a new player, you will love this. It just basically means you're getting more free stuff. The top-up bonus will be reset with the anniversary. Basically, the game is launching for 1 year already, and all the double top-up bonuses are immediately reset in the shop. So all of you spenders will be able to spend more money again. Next one, we had the upgraded returnee event. So if you haven't logged at least 60 days into the game, you will get an upgraded version of the returnee event now, which will give you various new rewards and kind of has cool features like a daily quest that you can complete, etc., that keeps you engaged in the game and gives you various new rewards. And apparently it will be a very updated updated event. Let's see. During the Reprise of Tides event, complete progress tasks to claim rewards and enjoy exclusive double drop bonuses in both boss challenges and weekly challenges. The limited time returnee bundle will also be available for purchase. So not only will you be getting double mats, this will be also available for purchase. So maybe players who are still playing are able to purchase this event, so they get double drops, which will most likely be used by a lot of people since tuners are a massive problem if this applies to tuners as well. Rovers who have not logged 60 days, blah blah blah, yes, we know that all. Also, the upgraded Pioneer Podcast, the item modifier will be added to Pioneer Podcast rewards. The process of obtaining XP and materials will also be optimized. Additionally, in version 2.3, you'll be able to access certain quests directly from the Pioneer Podcast page. Meaning, once you click on a quest, it will redirect you to the map directly where you can complete the quest or the task that is given to you, and you can teleport directly rather than finding it yourself. Honestly, this is a great change. Also, the material and the XP optimization is pretty decent too. I hope they do a good job with giving us enough tuners here, because let's be honest, everyone's been complaining about tuners for a long time now, and them not fixing that, removing them, or doing any kind of, I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous at this point. Moving on with Resounding Waves, participate in the anniversary web event Resounding Waves to review the milestone you've achieved in the world of Wuthering Waves over the past year. I personally think this is a very cool event. Basically, you can log into the website of Wuthering Waves and check on your account, what you did over the entirety of the year, kind of all the stats, all the numbers you can crunch down. It's for the people who like those kind of things. It's not for everyone, but it's a nice touch, honestly. So moving on with the birthday blessing. Set your birth date on the terminal page to unlock the birthday blessing feature. Log in on your birthday or within 7 days after your birthday. You will receive a unique birthday blessing gift. If your birthday has passed when you finish the birthday initial settings, you can still receive the birthday blessing and gift the current year via in-game mail. There were a few cool items shown that we will be getting, kind of like a cute little crown that you can put on a rover. I don't know if it lasts only for 1 day or if it's permanently in your inventory, like the mask that you get in Renacita. hope it's permanent, but basically, even you will be able to reset your birthday after this update launches, and even if you set it to, let's say, January, so if it already passed, you'll be able to receive all the gifts for that specific year in your in-game mail. So you don't have to set it on the date that this update launches, which is pretty good from them. This is regarding the free standard 5-star selector. So this is basically great for new players who are starting now and who want to also get their premium or standard 5-star selector. We'll be getting new companion stories both for Zani and Chekona, I believe. First for Zani and a story event as well, Your Summer Will Never Wither. I think everything regarding Zani that they announced during the live stream here was pretty dope, especially like the underground market where you'll be able, where it's kind of like this dark smuggler area where people are fist fighting and whatnot. Honestly, pretty cool stuff. We'll see more whenever it releases. I hope it's great, knowing that it will be. New permanent event, Dreaming Deep. So this is basically a kind of a rerun of the Somme Noir that we had in the past. I hope they... What could they change on that event? I mean, that event itself was pretty decent. However, maybe they'll just add some multiplayer opportunity so people can experience it in multiplayer too. Other than that, event like any other. New 2 hologram bosses, Fleur-de-Lis and Lorelei. Now that's hype because Fleur-de-Lis, Lorelei, let's be real, those bosses will be ridiculously difficult. People will be losing a couple hours on them whenever they release just simply to beat them or cheese them with Carlotta. The choice is yours, whether you want to try and beat the boss, whether you want to solo it, or whether you want to cheese it. Next we will have a couple new Phantom appearances, which are the Phantom Nightmare Crownless and Crownless, the Treasure Chest, and also the Nimbus Wraith that we saw in the Phoebe trailer. New feature, Echo Aspect. Change the appearance of Resonator's glide flight apparatus, so that is basically the glider and wings. Skin effect that we will be getting the new skin for. Data modification. Holy fucking sensitivity on this thing is crazy. Use a modifier to adjust the first main stat of an unenhanced 5-star Echo into a designated stat. Modifiers can be obtained through special events, Pioneer Podcast, and item exchange. So that is the item I previously talked about. Let me quickly find it. So I think I skipped it here. That is this item over here. Basically what this item allows you to do, you will be able to select any 4-cost Echo of your choice and re-pick the main stat on that Echo using this item. Honestly, this is terrible. Like, nobody wants that, nobody asked for that. Maybe this will be good for players who barely play the game, who like log in 5 seconds into the game to do their dailies. But they could have... It is not even a step. It's like half a step in the right direction. I hope for the future that they let us choose the main stat at least for 3-cost Echoes. That would have been more hype rather than 4-cost, because 4-cost you can just farm indefinitely and not give a flying fuck about. However, getting the specific 3-cost to roll the stat that you want is ridiculous. And that change would actually be nice. However, you also have to keep in mind that this can only be done on untouched Echoes. So the Echoes cannot be leveled whatsoever. They have to be completely untouched, making it also a not even good item. Because honestly, I thought maybe I could use some of the healing set item that rolled double crit when I leveled them for ER. I could use it on them to kind of change the main stat to crit and then put it on like a main DPS, whatever. But apparently you cannot do that, nor will you ever be able to. Unless they decide to change these in the future. which I hope they will, but it is a step in the right direction. The next step would be changing the 3 cost, or rather you being able to change the 3 cost and then to change substats. Next up, ray tracing and 100 FPS. This will be nice for some people. Version 2.3 will expand support for ray tracing to a broader range of graphic cards, including certain AMD and Intel models. Additionally, the 120 FPS option will be made available for a broader range of graphic cards, which basically means that everyone who hasn't been able to play on 120 FPS with all the optimizations that they have been doing in the past and right now, you might be able to reach that point. I, for example, am one of those people who, whenever the game launched, I could barely run the game on 45 FPS and like low-ish graphics. And nowadays, during all the Renacita updates, whatever, I can run the game easily on high and 60 FPS without any problems, even though the machine is 12 years old. So I might even be able to hit 120 FPS. Copium. The next change they did was the no cooldown for boss fights, which basically means that once you get to a certain boss in the overworld or a certain forecast echo in the overworld, once you beat it, you can click the restart button or whatever the button will be over there, and the boss immediately responds, letting you fight it again. So no longer waiting 2 or 3 minutes for the bosses to respawn, which will be good for people who want to grind the fuck out of them but don't want to teleport around much. So that will incentivize more people to go around the world, farm the forecast echoes that they need. And honestly, with this, they already kind of countered the data modification that we talked about previously, because with this, let's be honest, you don't really need to change the forecast main stat, considering you can farm them indefinitely real fast. Glossary is the next addition. Underlined hyperlinks will be added to complicated or important in-game terminology. Clicking on a hyperlink term will bring up its definition. This is great for newer players who are getting or trying to get into the game, and they are met with terms like tacit discords and whatever. So you'll be able to click, let's say, tacit discord, for example, and it will throw you a summary text window what that actually means. So that is good for people who want to get engaged in the story but don't know what shit means in the game. And finally, game resource download optimization, which is basically them reducing the size of the video game, making it significantly a smaller package, taking up less space on your hard drives or SSD drives or whatever you're using, which is another great feature, especially for mobile players if they even exist in the West. We'll be getting new resonators, Zani and Giacona. We saw some gameplay of them during the live stream as well. They are pretty cool resonators. Zani being a great shield wielder who can transform it into a two-handed sword. That was pretty fucking sick and instantly reminded me of the anime called God Killer, I believe, where they have those ridiculously huge transforming weapons, or maybe even Monster Hunter weapons. And Giacona, the bard who uses allegedly guns, but you will never see the gun because she is hitting people with this rapier looking stick, which is also her microphone stand. Honestly, I don't know why they designed a gun for her. They could have gone with... literally, a one-handed sword would work. Anything would have worked. I don't know how they got to the guns. Like, what? First banner will be Zani, second banner will be Giacona. Their weapons will be... Zani's weapon will be Blazing Justice, which is a fist weapon, even though she's a great sword user. And pistol for Giacona. Those will be phase 1 and phase 2 respectively, and the next one is pretty interesting because for the next one, Anniversary, Resonator Convene, and Weapon Convene. You will basically be able to choose one of those 5 resonators and one of those 5 weapons and pull for one of them specifically. However, I am very disappointed because we got no confirmation that this will be 100% drop once you get to the pity. So I'm assuming this will be like every normal resonator pull, and if you don't get your chosen resonator, you just don't get it. You just failed the 50-50. For the weapons are 100%, so that's pretty cool. Many people will want to get this one. Yinling's weapon, which is pretty great for most characters that use these kind of weapons, and it is by far one of the best universal whatever that weapon type is called. You know what I mean. And there will be a second phase of those, where you will be able to select 5 more resonators, all up to Brent. But however, we all know why Phoebe is up on this banner. Let's be honest, Zanny is coming up. People will want Phoebe as a support for Zanny to get those juicy Spectrofrazzle stacks, so they pushed her on the first banner. And on the second banner, there are all the Rinasita characters, along with Jinshi and Chun-Li. Cool stuff. If you want any of those weapons or resonators, you'll be able to get them. And also an additional cool thing, once these are live, you will be able to go to the shop and buy up to 2 copies of each of those. I believe it was said. Let me just quickly find it. During Anniversary Resonator Convene, the selectable 5-star Resonator Wave Bands will become available in the Afterglow Coral store, each with a limit of 2 purchases, and they will be removed once the Convene event ends. So I believe you will be able to choose 2 of each, and if you have enough corals, you'll be able to buy them up, if you need their specific copies. And finally, the Cube, Cubic, and QB event, Anniversary Combat event, which is basically an event where I believe you can play as the cube of resonators, but you'll also be able to equip the cube resonators to your resonators as echoes and kind of use them to fight enemies, which I saw had a very flashed out system in the showcase that they provided on the live stream, which in my opinion will be very cool once it releases. But let's wait and see till we get more information regarding that. And with that out of the way, I think we've covered pretty much everything. I think they also said there would be a new map or a new zone added to this update too, but I don't know if they meant 2.2 or 2.3. I guess we'll see in the future. And with this, I think we've got everything out of the way. You are also able to purchase a Chibi Cantarella figure, and you'll also be able to purchase those cube stacks and play. So these are basically like little cubes that you can stack on top of each other in real life, basically kind of like toys, which I thought was very cool, but those will most likely be sold out upon arrival because that's how it is with these events anyway. So with all of this out of the way, let's talk a little bit about the 2.3 livestream update. Honestly, I believe the rewards, as we saw here, are a bit lackluster for a 1-year anniversary event. Let's be real for a second. This isn't something you would give players after a year, because previous events, let's look at 2.2 as an example right now, which provided us with peaks, which provided us a peak cinematic experience, some crazy rewards, and also the previous updates which gave us the Sanhua skin and even more cool things. Like, this feels like a regular like 2.x or 1.x update with a little bit less. Actually, it doesn't feel like a little bit less. It feels like any normal update. It doesn't feel special, like anniversary special in any way, shape, or form. People need to call that out, and what I've seen in the Chinese community, people are already calling them out for that. And as we know, once China speaks, things change. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, boys. Peace out.